Pollinators or pollinating agents, they help in the process of pollination. And pollinators, you can categorize them as abiotic and biotic. Abiotic and biotic. Abiotic means non-living. We can give two pollinators as an example for abiotic pollinators or pollinating agent. One is wind and second one is water. These are the only two abiotic pollinating agents. Biotic, there are many. Butterfly, various insects, birds, honeybee, bat, snail, and many. All these living organisms, they help in the process of pollination. Let us see what are the adaptation or changes that we see in flower where the pollination take place by wind. So let us see that. Pollination by wind. Pollination by wind. Pollination by wind. Okay. Now, first of all, the flower wherein pollination take place by wind, such flower produce large number of or more number of pollen grains. Pollen grains are produced in large number. Pollen grains are produced in large number. In large numbers. Why? Because when the pollination take place by wind, these pollen grains, they fly in the wind, so that if the quantity is if it is of bulk quantity, at least some of them can go and fall on the stigma. That is the reason. Second one, pollen grains are light in weight. Light in weight. Why light in weight? So that it can easily fly in the air. If the weight is heavy, then they cannot fly along with the wind. So they have to be light in weight. Third one, pollen grains are non-sticky. Pollen grains are non-sticky. Why pollen grain should be non-sticky? So that when wind blows, the pollen grains which are present at the anther region, it should come out very easily. If it is sticky, it will not come out. That's the reason. Fourth one, stigma is feathery in nature. Stigma is feathery in nature. Feathery, it's like feather, so that when the pollen grain comes, it can get trapped into that feather-like structure. So that is another reason. Fifth one, stamens are well exposed. Stamens are well exposed because now the flower and the stamen present in them, if it is well exposed, then only when the wind blows, it can take away the pollen grains. And one more important thing, So whenever pollination takes place by wind in such flower, ovary generally contains single ovule. Ovary contains single ovule. Now, why single ovule? Because pollination by wind is actually, it's by chance, very difficult. If many ovules are there, suppose if there are 10 ovules, then 10 pollen grains are required. But it's very difficult, even getting a single pollen grain on stigma is very difficult. That's why one ovule is present in ovary. So these are the modification or the adaptations in flower where the pollination take place by wind. Let us see what are the changes that we can observe in case of flower where the pollination take place by water, generally in aquatic plant. Pollination by water. Pollination by water. Pollination by water. So we have to remember one thing. Pollination by wind is very difficult. Pollination by water is again difficult. Okay, so it's a very difficult to get flower gets pollinated by water. Whereas by biotic factors like organisms, animals, birds, butterfly, by that it is very easy because 100% they will visit from one flower to another flower. Whereas here it is only by chance. It is only by chance. So let us see how exactly pollination take place by water. And whenever we speak of pollination by water, it is always in case of aquatic plants. It is always in case of aquatic plants. So only aquatic plants, the plants that grow in water, in them only the pollination take place by water.